Gotta pay to play, y'all. You gotta pay to play this game. So-called game, that is. Yeah, hello, what's up, man? What's up? What's up? Yeah, you gotta pay to play. How old was you when you realized that you gotta pay to play in this game that you living in? How old was you when you realized that you ain't really free, you ain't really independent? As long as you living in a system such as this, and I don't care where you at, if you in the US, overseas, you still under the system of white supremacy. And don't get it twisted, ain't shit supreme about them. But you know, I gotta keep it so the masses can understand me. But yeah, you ain't doing shit without paying, man. You ain't doing shit without paying. A lot of people is realizing that, right? Like groups in particular thinking that they was in the clear as long as they assimilate to the ways of the dominant society, right? And like they pulled all that back. They're like, nah, man. Ain't shit free. The best people to tell you that, the best people to show you that is Black Americans, FBA. We'll let you know that ain't shit free. What's wild is that these motherfuckers got free labor offers. See, you celebrating 4th of July, I don't fault you, you know. I ain't against getting together with my people and shit like that, nah. But what it symbolizes, you know, it's supposed to be independence. Yeah, we wasn't free even then. And then Juneteenth happened. We wasn't free even after that either. And we ain't free now. Until they pay us our reparations, man, shit, I ain't celebrating that shit. Like, I'ma always grill. I grill all year round. Fuck it. I chill all year round. Celebrate every day. But anyway, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But shit, all I'm saying is, ain't nothing free. You gotta pay to play, man. You gotta pay to play. How many of you realize that? What age was you when you realized, oh shit, damn, it's a whole different animal out this joint? Like, you mean to tell me I can't just go off of my talents? I can't just go off of what you know what I mean? What I love? I can't make a living that way? Like, damn. Pay to play. You can't just show up with a talent or a drive. You need to invest. You got to invest in resources, money, connections, or even sacrifices. Most times, all three. To achieve the so-called American dream, you know, the ideal of upward success, mobility, home ownership, you know, success through hard work. You must do a lot of things here in America and across the globe. I'm speaking for America. How many realize that shit ain't nothing free, man? And the thing about it is, we don't want nothing free. We don't want nothing free. We just want our just due. There's nothing wrong with paying somebody what you owe. It should be an uproar across all nations in this country when it comes to reparations for Black Americans. Everybody use inventions every day that were created by Black Americans. And it's total disrespect how people they'll sound off against reparations. Like as if it's some handout, like how they've been doing for all these other groups. And a lot of these people don't even be knowing that, they already got theirs. For fuck's sake, slave owners got reparations. Ain't that crazy? That's wild, man. That's super wild. Slave owners got reparations for the slaves that they lost once we were so-called free. Yeah, but ain't nothing free. The country is living off, a lot of these folks are still living off the free labor that was done by my ancestors. And that's just total disrespect. Yeah, that's disrespectful. Especially to double down and say that, oh, they say, oh, you wasn't no slave, or they're dead. They're not, you know what I mean? They gone. Okay, you still living off it. You still living off the wealth that was built by my people. And you had a nerve to act like, you did it through hard work. Like you like you say, pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Like all that shit is a myth. Even when groups say that, oh, we the hardest workers, we came to this country and we did it. And, all that shit is phooey, man. It's bullshit. And the thing about it is we don't even be coming from no hating spirit. We just ask that you don't hate on us. You gotta pay to play in this joint. So to be a hater, like, damn, you doing what you know what I mean? You doing what you gotta do. Don't disrupt what we are pushing for. You don't even have a valid reason to be going against reparations other than just hating on Black Americans. That's the wildest part about it. You don't even have no valid reason other than just hate. Y'all hate to see us, happy. Y'all hate to see us up, period. We don't give you that energy. We don't give you that energy at all. Know why? Because 9 times out of 10, we're not even worrying about you. We're worrying about what we got to do to come up. You know what I mean? To come up. Like it's just wild, man. It's wild. I don't. I've noticed it a long time ago. Long time ago. Like, damn, they done rigged this shit to where you invent something, or, you got a talent, or you create something, you got to go through them to even make it pop. At the end of the day, it ain't funny. It's just ironic. You got to go through, your oppressor, the motherfucker that's against you, to make some shit crack. That's crazy. They throw out that slogan, the American dream, the American dream. Like, what is the American dream? What? A big house, what they used to say, white picket fence. You got a boy and a girl, a daughter and a son, wife, a dog, a cat. Like they paint this bullshit. And you got to fit in those slots. You got to fit in their standards in order to get it. Yeah, you're going to pay one way or another, man. You're going to pay one way or another. And the crazy thing about it is they done rigged it to where it ain't even accessible. They got you on a hamster wheel. They got you on a damn conveyor belt. Like, yeah, as soon as you come out, you don't really realize it until somebody drop the game on you. That's if you willing to accept it, to receive the game. But most of us don't realize the game until we, reach ages later on in life. We're like, oh damn, we done been had. These niggas been getting me this whole time. And the thing about it is, even once you realize you're getting got, you don't really had no pull to go against it. But one thing for sure, it is exhausting, man. That shit is exhausting. While you celebrate on your 4th, on these, holidays, these holidays, all that shit is designed. It's like, the elder, rest in peace, Nelly Fuller said, as far as commerce and capitalism, and while you resting, ain't that something we supposed to be resting for a whole nother reason, for a real holy reason. They done made it to the point where, hey, you get a day off, sure. Go drink your liquor, go dance, go act a ass, go act a fool. Make sure you be back here on Monday, though. That shit is crazy. Make sure you be back here on Monday, though. That's a fact. Get back on this conveyor belt. Get back on this hamster wheel. You ain't free. That shit is funny, man. That is facts. That shit is facts, though. Make sure you be back here on Monday, though. So they say hard work is all it takes, but the truth is you have to pay to play to achieve that so-called American dream. You know what I'm saying? You got to pay to play. Whether it's financially, socially, or, I guess cultural. This is the culture in America. Hey, ain't nothing free. Everything is taxed. That boy Trump just showed you that. Coming from me, if I was to tell you, it's always been that way. We've always had a tax over our head. That's why we move in such a manner. Black Americans don't be looking for no handouts, man. And most of us can tell you, shit, man, we don't maneuver off that creed. Off of that creed of expecting. So when these people say, stop asking for a handout, stop begging, like ain't shit begging. That's where you got motherfuckers twisted. Ain't nothing begging. It ain't begging for no reparations. If you know anything about what reparations means, that's your first step to understanding. See, this is how you know you when you conversing with an imbecile, with a degenerate, when a motherfucker chooses the route of aggressiveness, of disrespect. You should end the conversation right there. You shouldn't even follow through. Why? Because shit, They already got their mind made up, and they chose the route of being disrespectful. With that said, hey, they ain't nothing. They ain't, you know what I mean? If anybody knows about negativity, negativity is the easiest way out. So you can also relate it to, oh, that's just a buster. That's just a fuck nigga. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm not even gonna give you my time. I'm not even gonna give you my time a day. That's a handout. This is what they saying. That's a handout. Stop asking for a handout. It's like, what? Reparations. Look, it's even in the word. Like, you know, the root word. It's even in the fucking word. Reparations. Repair, nigga. It's a debt owed. Imagine you showing up to work and then Friday come and they, you know, they like, you supposed to get your check. Last Friday you got your check on Friday, and then boom, this Friday come, they ain't got it. What you doing? Most of you don't even know nothing about the labor board. You got to be told the game. Hey, you got to pay to play in this fucking game. Whether it's information or what have you. If you don't got it, you lost. You a dead duck. These is facts. So it's like, miss me with that, it's a handout shit. You damn sure wouldn't allow for your pops, you know, your pops to go to work, and then he come back and tell you, oh, they ain't pay yet. See, they got a whole nother plight. They realizing they got a whole nother plight that those, you know, other groups is facing, and they realizing, oh, damn, we've been total dickheads. We've been total assholes towards the black Americans. It's like, yeah, I mean, motherfuckers ain't gonna sit up here and beat you over the head with a rock. Like, what gets me is when people try to claim these arguments, like, oh, they playing victim and this and that, and it's like, now one of you can say that you've been around any black American men or women and felt victim energy. That's the crazy thing. That's major as fuck to me. Like, you don't even feel that. Like, if anything, they probably showing you love and respect, and then as soon as you get out of line, as soon as you get out of pocket, a motherfucker checks you, and then you play victim. That's how the equation goes. That's how the equation normally goes. You call the police. Why? Because they got you programmed to be like, oh, police kill black people. Let me call the people on them. That's exactly what you say. From line I'm flying. You seeing this all the time. Shit, a police could have a whole iron on him, and he's pussy in front of a 12-year-old kid. Tamir Rice is always gonna hurt me. And there's plenty of Tamir Rices. That's the news flash for motherfuckers that just stopped there way before the internet. Like, it's been plenty of, like, I just think that's a sad, yeah, that's a sad situation, man. That's the one that always gets me, though. Just being a black man to make it at this age, I'm blessed. Fuck the tangibles. I'm blessed just for life. I'm rich just off life. And everything else is a plus. Everything else is a plus. So yeah, you know, like it's just unfortunate that everybody don't really understand things until, because I've noticed that it's kind of like rooting for a team, a sports team. People jump on the wave once it starts, you know what I mean, being popular to do so. How many of you can say that you've been so-called outcasts, or you go against the grain your whole life, or when you started doing it, it was at a young age or what have you, whatever age, you just started going against the grain. You're like, oh, okay, damn them. That phrase sheeple, that term sheeple, sheep, these sheep people, that shit ain't no joke. That ain't no joke at all. Like, people rather go along to get along, because, people don't like to ruffle up feathers, or, the common phrase, I'm not conflicting, or I'm not, yeah, I don't like no conflict. I don't like, people like to use terms like, I'm positive and shit like that. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because there's injustice going on and you're quiet. Hello, what should I do? Man, fuck you, nigga. This nigga asking me some bogus shit. See what I mean? Like, if you don't agree with what I'm saying, like, why come in my shit with fuck shit? You see what I mean? This is what these people do. Like, that's crazy. That's exactly what my point is. It's just like sports teams and shit. Like, people go to watch a Lakers game and they'll be on the sidelines heckling LeBron. Like, you just paid all that money to go fucking watch LeBron play, Lakers play and shit, and you just wanted to talk shit. Just corny. Like, when did that culture start, man? Like, if you don't subscribe to that, why pay for it? Why even be in that space? Why come around with fuck shit? That's corny. Go where you're wanted. Go where you're accepted. You know what I mean? Where y'all on the same wavelength, on the same frequency. It's simple. But nah, so boom, today is a perfect example of the shit. There's like masses that understand this shit, but people choose to be in denial. That's why I say, when you hear terms, phrases, these sloganisms, I'm positive, or, boom, the whole Black Lives Matter was fucking a whole ploy. None of those people really stood on that shit. People just didn't have shit to do. It was COVID. They don't have hobbies as it is. So it's like they was cramped up on the motherfuckers they married and they don't even like. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of layers to that shit, man. It's a lot of layers to this shit. I'll never take somebody's word for it. Oh, we love black people. Their favorite responses. I got black friends. It's like, fuck, yeah. I know people that got black kids and it ain't like that, man. Motherfuckers just go along to get along. Nowadays we got this social media shit, and everybody just want to be seen. Everybody want to be the next fucking, catch me outside bitch, or shit like that. And ain't nobody really standing on nothing that's righteous. So you be on the island with it, like, boom, for example, me, I be on the island with it. You like, damn. And then they come at you aggressive, like as if you a soft target or something. It's like, in real life, you're not doing none of that. If so, we dying. That's my favorite phrase Kevin Gates said. He was telling it straight the fuck up. We both dying. We dying. We going platinum. We going fucking platinum. Unless you ain't really willing to do like that, like, you shouldn't be like that on the internet, man. Because like I said, I'm standing up for a righteous cause for my people. The motivation for me to speak on the injustices towards black Americans doesn't only come from my experiences. It comes from experiences from my grandmother, from my mother. I think about the women in my family and the kids. my sisters, my aunts. I think about the women because it's just unfortunate that they had to deal with shit. That they got to deal with this type of shit. And as a man, we should be on the front line, going against what's going on. Especially once you find out, like you can't just sit on your hands and be like, "Oh, okay," And it ain't. I'm gonna add this: it ain't always smart to even go, violent in the violent way, because that's what they want. They really want, bloodshed. That's their nature, carnage. You know what I'm saying? Gore. They love horror. You know what I'm saying? Ask them who their icons are. We got July 4th right now. Ask a motherfucker who is your icon? Who is your revered icon? Your legend? They won't be able to tell you. If so, they'll tell you shit like George Washington or somebody like that. And you'd be like, "Oh, okay." Like they'll tell you some bogus shit like that. They'll tell you somebody that literally owned slaves, killed slaves, killed a lot of babies, all kind of shit. Just a stone cold killer. They'll tell you somebody like that. Ask them who their icons is on today. You'll blow their high, they little buzz or whatever. But shit, that's you gotta pay to play. You gotta pay to play in this game to achieve the American dream. Like I say, you're gonna pay one way or another though. You're gonna pay one way or another. Land of the free. Land of the free. Land of the free. Maybe. But the cost of freedom, what's the entry fee? You gotta pay to play. You know what I'm saying? You gotta pay to play. Like I said, these other groups that notoriously go against Black Americans daily, they're realizing the same thing. Something that we've been on, something that we've had to deal with for generations. Like, oh, it ain't nothing that you're gonna do without going through the dominant society. Oh, you wanna stay here? Make sure you got your paperwork right. Make sure you pay this, pay that. And we in the wrong for calling that out. Knowing damn well this motherfucker call the police on me if I ran in the bank, and then I come out and be like, oh, I did it because I'm a hard worker, and I'm doing it for my feed my family, my kids and shit. Like, what? That doesn't even make sense. It's double standards. See, I'm gonna speak on that another live, but yeah, double standards. That's a whole nother topic. But that's exactly how these people operate. But you realizing, you like, oh, okay, like, damn, I thought if I can like get under the arm of the white man or the white woman, if I can assimilate, put on my Levi's and my button up, walk like I got a stick up my ass and oppress the blacks, I thought I was in the clear. I know, right? That's foul for you to even think that. It's stupid, but it's foul. It's foul also. But you realizing that, man, you got to pay to play to, be in this Babylon, be in America, for real. Where you think the term hustler came from? We had to get it out the mud, literally. You got to make something out of nothing, literally. The ones that's playing this game, that the rules of this game, that set up the rules of this game, you see how they doing it. They'll tell you they did it through hard work. You know what I mean? See, we in the times now, their generations now, they don't even be knowing their history. They don't even be knowing their own history. Like, it be bothering the shit out of me when I see like a 20-year-old or even teenager or 30-year-old, anybody in this generation now. Like, it bothers me when I see them having racism. It really bothers me. It should bother you too. Just like them going against reparations for Black Americans. Anybody on that hate, anybody on that type of time, like, yeah, it should bother you. See, the name of the game is as long as we're on the bottom, everything good to them. Everything good. Everything good to everybody else. As long as Black Americans is on the bottom, they're in the clear. They're good. But newsflash, the table is turning, man. The table is turning. And we ain't even lifting a finger. I like to highlight that part in every one of my lives. We're not even lifting a finger. We don't be coming at nobody aggressive. We ain't on no shit like, trying to, how they used to say, Bible bash people. We're not sitting up here arguing back and forth with nobody. Like, nah, man. Oh, you feel that way? Cool. Stay over there. Thank you for letting me know. You feel that way? And the thing about it is, when you ask a person like me, I'll tell you that majority of the people that you share this society with don't have any genuine feelings towards, the injustices that go on in America. When it hit home, when it hit close to their home, or you know what I mean, that's when people start to, have some type of feeling towards it. Otherwise, it's just like watching First 48. How many people like to watch fucking crime shows and shit. People like to watch. Cops was one of the biggest shows, you see what I'm saying? People just like watching that bullshit because it ain't them. It ain't somebody they know. It ain't close to home. It's entertaining. It's entertaining as fuck, right? You're like, oh, snap. This nigga just got a Popeyes meal and then he told on the whole. Like, yeah, I know, huh? And it ain't nowhere near their lifestyle. So it's like I've always, man. Speaking of that, man, this is what I thought of. I've been saying this for years. Check out the one neighborhood with their grass cut. The shopping centers, everything cut, everything plush. You know what type of neighborhood I'm talking about. You go over there, they got a Chick-fil-A, a Starbucks, the whole nine. Home Depot. Got the little subdivisions. Everybody got a backyards, trampolines and shit. Okay. Then you go down the block. Depending on where you at, how far it is, 5 minutes away. Across the track, so to speak. And these people is living the complete opposite way. You got apartment buildings, you know what I'm saying? People living on top of each other. You got the dumpsters in the parking lot. You got a big ass parking lot. You know what I'm saying? You got a couple parks, slide, swings and shit. You know what I mean? Like, and then you got your corner stores, your gun stores, your liquor store. Like, it's just a total different layout. Now, what I've always said is, for them people that's living over there in the green grass with the picket fence, the people over there across the tracks in the projects or the apartment complex, they had to sacrifice. That's the sacrifice for them people to be living like that over there in them picket fences in the green grass. That's the only way for it to make sense to me. Like, when you pay taxes, yeah, you paying for other motherfuckers to ride around. No job. I say this shit all the time. Yeah, you paying taxes for other motherfuckers' bellies to get food. And I'm not coming from a cold heart. I'm not like, boom. I really want all people to eat. I want everything to be equal. Not equal, like, you get what I'm saying. Like a fair opportunity. But like I said, you got to pay to play, and everything ain't always accessible for you. The pieces ain't, you got to go on a whole Jumanji hunt for the shit. Like, it ain't always accessible. And you might not ever access it, but you is a part of the game, man. That's something. You are a piece in the game, but you might not. Like the game is rigged to where you never lock down Boardwalk. You never lock down, Park Place. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's wild, right? That blows your mind, right? I had posted this a few years ago. I was like, the people that you was in class with, does it blow your mind? The people that you was in class with are CEOs now. Like the white folks that you grew up with be dumb as rocks, right, in the class, and then now that y'all older, they the CEO or they the boss. They own that company that you work at. I remember seeing a CEO. Yeah, years ago. We walked in the same hallways together, and this nigga ended up being a correction officer. I was like, damn. And he called my name out too. That's what even made me feel even more uncomfortable. I was like, damn, this nigga he remembered me from when we was in school, in grade school, and then now this fool is a damn dep. See what I mean? They be having shit lined up, generations after generations. Like, they don't really even have to do the thing. How many of you have been told you got to do 10 times, if not 100 times, 1,000 times better, just to even be on the same plate, just to even be on the same, playing field? How many of you have been told that by your people? You got to do 10 times more, son. You got to do 10 times more, daughter. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. You got to pay to play, man. And that be our cost. That be our price. You see what I mean? It don't be the same price for them. It don't be the same. Redlining shows you that. Shit like that, shows you that. We be so happy to get a house, though. We be so happy to get a house. We see the price, not knowing the market, even if you do your numbers, but not knowing the market around that house. These people are getting money hand over fist. They building equity. 30 years later, you still ain't paid it off. Damn, like, how's that okay? To me, like, it's not even. You can't possibly say that you a solid person or real. You know how people say I'm real. You can't possibly be real and know that any of these injustices is going on and still be popping your shit. You can't be. You can't possibly be on that type of time. That's why it bothers me when I see the younger generation popping their shit, of the dominant society. They talk a lot of shit, and they don't be knowing their history, and then two, being that they don't know their history, they don't know that their people has gotten legs up. They have gotten literal, head starts, cheat sheets. You know what I'm saying? Literal cheat sheets to get ahead. And the thing about it is, I ain't coming from no bitching standpoint when I point these things out. It's just the facts. Cause even though we don't get the legs up, we didn't get the leg up in the cheat sheet and the 1,000 year, cause they like to say 400 year. A lot of us don't even be knowing, man. We didn't get the 1,000 year fucking head start, and we're still afloat. We still doing the damn thing. That's the irony of the whole thing. They thought they could wipe us out a long time ago. They're like, how the hell are you still maintaining? How are you still surviving? How many of you could say that you drive something that's fire, right? Like your vehicle is nice. Like it ain't you don't gotta have no Lambo or nothing like that, but you worked hard. Like we're the only ones on that side note, we're the only ones that can literally say we work hard. That's the facts, man. Other motherfuckers that's how you know that you don't work hard, because if you don't say it, you know what I mean? If you gotta say it, that's how you know that you don't work hard. We don't even be saying that shit. I'm a hard worker. I've never fucking said that in my life. Other than when I would bump my head debating one of these imbeciles. Now I don't bump my head debating none of these degenerates, because it's a waste of time. His mind is already made up, and I'm not on this earth trying to change nobody's mind, manipulate nobody in the. One thing for sure is that God told me, we don't got to lift a finger. The battle was already won. The battle was already won. It's such a times like this, it's a blessing to see. I could tell you, it's so refreshing to see things unravel the way they are. To see things just come to fruition, Making me some potato salad. It's just amazing. It's a blessing to be in such a time like this and see things come to pass that the Most High, spoke to us, let us know through the Word. And I ain't even going, come off like I always knew these things. Nah, man, nope. I was a little hard-headed young boy, My mother's always been a praying mother. How many of the fellas could relate to that? You had a praying mother and a praying grandmother, most definitely. These are the things that we consider our riches in order to play this game, in order to survive. It don't necessarily got to be monies, No, not at all. Speaking to me, coming from me, I could tell you that I definitely don't cherish money. But I do realize you need it to survive, of course. Most of us do understand that. Now, with that in place, with understanding that is, what would you do to get it? What do you do to get it? Do you assimilate? Do you undercut? Do you hate? A lot of us is playing this game very different. Very different. You got your hand in the banker, you know, pause. You got your hand in the bank. You manipulating. Like how you playing this game? Notice when you play the game, the manner of how they show you, you know, in the criminal way, you know, the criminal enterprises and the, you know, your different dirty ways to get ahead, man. They show you that, hey, bruh, that shit's gonna come back and get you one way or another. How many of you playing this game righteously? You know, living your life righteously. Like, nah, you ain't breaking yourself to do this and do that. You maintaining. You happy. That's bigger than having any dollar amount. Your peace. Your family healthy. You see what I mean? Like it's we playing, a lot of people is playing this game different, and of course the masses are playing this game just to have, you know, M's and zeros and shit like that. But at the same time, you got people that's really out here playing this game like, hey, we ain't gotta worry about the labels and shit. We ain't gotta worry about, you know, driving this or that, or having this big ass house that I got 8 bedrooms and I only sleep in one. I could tell you, if I had an 8-bedroom fucking house, man, I'm sleeping in every one of those rooms every damn week. Like, we just going round robin. But that's retarded, right? That's stupid as fuck. Who's doing that? Notice the people that be rich as hell, right? They be isolated. Like, they get to the top, and then it only matters. Look, watch this equation. I'm sure you heard it before. Once you get it, it only matters because you need somebody to see it. It doesn't matter if nobody sees it, sees you with it, sees you having it, sees you in it. Ain't that something? It don't even matter. But if you truly, you know, like nice things or what have you and appreciate, you know, your goals and what you achieved, oh, it means the world, no matter who sees you. Most people just have shit just so somebody else can see them in it. And that's emptiness. That's what they got you conditioned to feel. They got you conditioned to feel like, hey, man, I got to be driving this. I got to have this big-ass house where I only sleep in one room, but I got like 3 other rooms that I got to keep cleaning and dusting and shit. Cause I don't want nobody over here anyway. Most rich motherfuckers don't be wanting a bunch of motherfuckers around them anyway. At least the people that they grew up around. They don't like to have them all up in their shit. I wouldn't blame them. Me, I've always said, like, you know, boom, you know, a lot of our people grow up with this, with our people playing the lotto. Lotto was a trick. I noticed that as a young boy, having to play the numbers for my people, for my mother. And at the same time, I'm always wishing that she win, man. Of course, I'm like, you know, we would literally have whole talks, you know what I'm saying? We in the projects, man. We would have whole talks about what we gonna do. I used to literally have list of things that I'm gonna get once we win. You believe that? Like, you know, of course, at a young age, I got shit like Jordans, Timbs, and video games, and, you know, dirt bike, shit like that. I never seen land on the paper. I never even heard land come out of none of my folks' mouth. Land. That doesn't mean that they didn't want it. You got to know how to get it to, you know what I mean? To have that in your goals, in your vision, in your path, you got to know how to get it. You know, there's so many inventions that go by the wayside just because we don't know the resources of how to even do that. Now that we have the internet, of course, you'd be a fool to not find these things out. But imagine all the decades that went past where people just, you know, waste their potential just based on being blocked out, man. Like, how you gonna play the game? How you gonna play the game if you don't even give motherfuckers the pieces? And then you had the nerve to be like, "Oh, we winning." Like, you a buster. You not even fucking winning, man. You lame. You had to do slavery. You had to fucking kill my people. You got to do all this crafty counsel just to get ahead. Like, that's corny. You don't feel no type of way about that? That's why it bothers the fuck out. It makes me sad when I see the younger generations that don't even know their history, because you see, they been on that. For people that started getting mad when they was talking about erasing our history, not teaching the history and shit, man, they been doing that. That's been the play. I'm gonna have you know this. I'm gonna tell you what I want you to know. Fuck what you ask me. That's that line from Jada. One of my favorite rappers, most definitely. I tell you what I want you to know. Fuck what you ask me. You probably don't want me to blow. That's facts. No, I don't want you to fucking blow. Especially if it's at the expense of my people. Notice every industry, every angle, every activity, every corporation has been at the expense of oppressing my people. When you find that out, man, that's mind-blowing. Like, every angle. You could pick up a bottle right now, whatever it is that you got sitting right in front of you, you could pick it up right now and be like, just start dissecting that. Like, read the label. Like, somebody had to make the labels. There's fucking corporation for everything. Make the plastic bottle, make the product in it, whatever it is. And there's nothing wrong with that, but to be cut out of that says something. So you didn't want us to have wealth for a reason. You must see something in us. You must see something in us. I could say you seen something in us before we seen it in ourselves. Ain't that something? That's unfortunate. But now, we in the generations where, yeah, we definitely know who we are. We definitely know, you know, the treasures that we possess. We a walking treasure. We God's jewels. And you can't go against that. You can't go against that. These times are showing you that. It's the inevitable, no matter what you do. The time is up. Bye.